Hello, my first grade friends, and welcome back from February vacation week. I hope you all had a great week off. Hopefully you took some screen time breaks and stayed away from the computer and got to do some fun things outside. Now it is time to get back to work. So we are going to do a little keyboard practice to start us off this morning, or this afternoon rather. And then you are going to use your logical thinking brain. We're going to be doing some logic games over the next several weeks, boys and girls, and we're going to talk a little bit about what logic means. So let me share my screen with you. The first reminder, boys and girls, since you haven't done this in a week or so, is that you're going to go to your teacher's Google Classroom. I'm using Mr. Salvatore's as an example. When you get here, you're going to classwork, which is right here. And on the left side, it says all topics. You're looking for computers with a little computer button. When you click that, you are going to search for today's lesson. It will say grade 1, February 22 to 26. And you will see this first slide that says logic. Logic, boys and girls, is a way that we use our brain to think. And logic helps us to learn. And the fun thing about logic is there's different ways to be logical. There's not just one right way to think. So we're going to practice learning different ways that we can be logical and hopefully helping our brain to think logically. On your first slide, boys and girls, you will see a little video camera. That's what you click to watch me with the lesson. That's slide number 1. Slide number 2 is always your I can statement. I can keyboard using 2 hands today. I can use my logical thinking skills. So let's look at the word logic. What is logic? Logic is a way of thinking, a method of thinking. Logic allows us to learn. And we always want to keep learning, so logic is important to help us. Slide number 4, boys and girls, is your first doing slide. You're going to do Typing Rocket. And if you look down here, it tells you, play Typing Rocket for 2 rounds, 6 minutes total. So go through the first round, go through the second round, see how you do. Today, boys and girls, I'm going to add something to this slide, which is called a text box. And a text box is a box that you type in. Text is another word for words. So what I want you to type in your text box today is your score from Typing Rocket. So let me show you what I mean. So let me go into Typing Rocket, click that link. Once you click the picture, you will see the link. Press the play button. Press start. Get both fingers ready on both hands. Here comes my first letter. It's a Y. I look down, I tap it. Here comes my second rocket ship. It's coming up from the bottom. It's a J. I look down, I see J is on the right. I use my right hand. Up at the top, boys and girls, over here, this is your score. And this is your timer. When the timer hits 0, it's going to tell you how many letters you were able to tap in 3 minutes. You're going to play this game 2 times today, and I want you to pick your high score, and you're going to type it into that slide that we just looked at. So we're going to pretend that I'm all done typing. I'm going to close out my typing game. I am going to click right here after the word total. I am going to get a little blinking line that shows up. That means I'm ready to type in my score. So my score was only a 2 because I only did it for a few seconds. Hopefully your score will be higher, okay? So you can put a little space there too if you want to, but inside this text box, after the smiley face, type, first you have to click. Let me show you that again. So here I am back to the slide. I'm gonna click right next to the smiley face, and Blinky, that little blinking line will show up, and then I tap in my number. So if I got a 25, I would type that number in, okay? So let me know what your score was on just one of your rounds of Typing Rocket. That takes care of the first I can statement, keyboarding using 2 hands. The second I can statement is using your logical thinking skills, and that is going to be on slide number 5. We're going to visit our friend Arthur and his friends, and we're going to play Arthur's Top 20. But I'm going to change this, boys and girls, because we're only going to start with the first 7 games on Arthur. Okay, there's 20 altogether, but I want you to just focus on the first 7. Okay, so again, we click on the game, we click underneath, there's the link. That will take us somewhere. It's going to take us to Arthur's Top 20. So here's Arthur and his friends, and you're going to be collecting some of their favorite things. You're going to press open for the first round. The first favorite thing they have is their bikes. There are 3 levels here. Try the easy one, try the hard one, the medium one, sorry, and try the hard one. I don't think you'll have too much trouble with easy. You might have a little trouble with medium because it does get a little harder, but I still want you to try it. And hard is the trickiest one. It's the hardest one, but still give it a try. If you can complete all of them, boys and girls, your item, your toy or your bike or whatever's up here will color in. It'll like come to life. If you don't complete all 3 levels, it might not color up, but try to make it color up. See if you can get all 3 levels done. But if you've done it a few times and it's getting frustrating and you can't do it, you can move on to the next item. Okay, but let me show you how this one works. This is the easy level. Always start with easy. So you have to tap on these little yellow switches to open them up so that your wheel goes on to the bicycle. Here comes my next one. I'm going to wait until it gets close and then open it up. It's all about timing, boys and girls. That's the easy level. The medium level in this game, boys and girls, you have to control 2 sets of levers, the orange and the blue. The orange and the blue. So it's all about timing, but you can't go too slow because if you go too slow, you'll miss and you'll end up bumping in like that. If you make an oopsie, nothing bad happens. They just make you try again. Okay, but that's what I mean. If you've tried it 3 or 4 times and you're getting frustrated and it's not working for you, then don't worry about trying to complete the hard level. But I think for most of you, you should definitely get through easy, and most of you I think can handle medium. This is what hard looks like. Hard is going to have 3 levels to click on. So you've got the top one, then the orange one, and then you've got one at the bottom. Then you have to come up to the top, the middle, and then the bottom. And again, start at the top and then come back up. So on this one, you have to move a little bit quicker because there's 3 levers that you have to deal with. So I completed that first round. As you can see, my bicycle is all colorful. I can move to the next round. The thing about logical thinking games, boys and girls, 2 things. Number 1, you have to be persistent. You have to keep trying at it because it doesn't always happen perfect the first time. And the second thing, every game in this activity is a little bit different. So in that game, you dealt with levers. You had to open and close them. In this game called Stanley, you're dealing with a stuffed animal. Let's see what we have to do. Tap and drag to sew Stanley. Tap on yellow, drag to blue. So this one's a little bit easier, I think. Well, let's try medium. Well, now he's got 2 problems. He's got one over here that has to be sewn up, and then he has one down here. Start on yellow, follow those dotted lines to the blue, and sew him up. And here comes hard. Start on yellow. Oh, I've got 3 this time. I'm just dragging, boys and girls. I'm not letting my mouse go. I'm just dragging back and forth. If you're using a trackpad, same idea, just drag it back and forth. Okay, then I move on to the third one. Scare your pants off books. So each one, boys and girls, is going to ask you to do something a little bit different. So not only are you learning how to use your logical thinking, but you're also using your listening skills. Let's pretend I finished all 7. And by the way, you'll know what number you're on because look down here in the corner. See the 3? This is number 3. And then I would do 4, 5, 6, and 7. Close it up. Move on to my next slide. Here are the first 7 games on Arthur's Top 20. These are the 7 that you will be playing this week. Choose your favorite one of these, and on the next slide, write 3 or more sentences to tell me why you liked it. There's the bikes, Stanley the stuffed animal, Scare Your Pants Off, Waldo, remember Waldo from the beginning of the year? Bionic Bunny walkie-talkies, Uni the unicorn, and Woogles. So those are the 7 you're going to play today, boys and girls, and when you're done playing, you're going to decide which of those 7 was your favorite. On slide number 7, this is where you're going to do your work, your typing. It says, my favorite Arthur game, 1 to 7. Click to add text. Click my mouse or click your trackpad, get your fingers ready, and type out 3 sentences to tell me which one was your favorite. Now, if you don't know how to spell the game, look right back at slide 6. If Stanley was your favorite, there's the word Stanley. If Woogles was your favorite, there's the word Woogles. So I'm going to go and write my story. So I'm going to click, and I'm going to start with the word my favorite, which is right there on top. My favorite game was bikes. Period at the end of my sentence. Space with your space bar between your words. I love to ride my bike. It is good exercise. That would make Mrs. Finn happy. So there are my 3 sentences, boys and girls. If I have more to say, I certainly can write more. I like to ride my bike at the park. And I don't know if you noticed, but when I got to the end of the line, the computer automatically sent me to the next line. So all I have to concentrate on is typing my story. When you're done with your story, boys and girls, slide number 8 is a reminder on how to turn in. You haven't turned in a couple of weeks, so in case you've forgotten how, this is a little quick 2-minute video to remind you how to do it. So don't forget, you're going to exit out, you're going to view, and then you're going to press T for turn in. Okay? So that is your first logic lesson, boys and girls. Remember, 2 rounds of typing Rocket. Don't forget to click and type in your score. In fact, I'm going to add that here. Click here to add your score. So there you go. So when you go to click here, give a little space and you can put your score right there. All righty. And then you're going to do Arthur's Top 20, just the first 7 games. Here they are. After you're done playing, write about your favorite. Okay? And that is all you need to worry about for this week, boys and girls. I'm anxious to see which one of those 7 games was your favorite. And we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.